Hey guys, it's Sonny, and making a video here on the Doom of Moika aka the Doom of Frappuccino, and my thoughts on the boss. So, first of all, the boss came out on Wednesday, and I didn't really get a chance to kill it until yesterday. Did the quest yesterday, and did a few attempts, got my first KC, which you are seeing in the recording, is the first Wave 8 clear, and then been doing it a little bit today when I get the chance. But yeah, so I've gone to Wave 8. I haven't gone past Wave 8, though. I've just claimed after Wave 8 so far, but I'm kind of getting the hang of it, and I think I'll probably start doing some deeper delves, but, figured know enough to kind of give an idea on it since past Wave 8, it's the same mechanics, it's just Wave 8 over and over again. So, yeah, I wasn't super excited for this boss, to be honest, after Yama. I mean, I liked Yama, I thought it was good, but there was just a lot of parts of it really kind of disappointed, and I think I'm very happily proven wrong because it's a pretty good boss, and I've really enjoyed it. I think the rewards are great. I think the mechanics are a lot of fun, and yeah, I mean, I think just there's a couple of things I would like to see them do, and if they can do that, make just a couple of changes here, I really think that we would be in a great spot, and this boss could be one of the best bosses in the game. So, what I would say I like about this boss, first of all, I like the drops. I think all the uniques are awesome. I think they're, I don't know if I would say they're better than Yama. I would say probably better than Yama just because outside of Oathplate and obviously Surge Pots, which I thought would be like expensive, but they're actually, super cheap to make. But yeah, outside of like the Oathplate, Yama, the rewards aren't that impressive. Soul Flame Horn really isn't used anywhere else except for Yama itself. So you really just kind of get an armor set, and it was cheap even like day of release. So not a ton there versus the Doom. I mean, all three of the items are almost must-haves. You could make the argument that the wand, you could skip it, but if you Tob like I do, the wand is really good. I mean, it's significantly better than a Sang for Tob. So, if you're doing any sort of Tob, the wand is definitely going to be the move there. And then, obviously, the boots are, like, one of the nicest, like, QOL rewards in the game. And the gauntlets are just best. So, yeah, I mean, the rewards are great. I think that, like, the price is really good, too. The fact that the boots are still, like, 600 mil is pretty crazy. Gauntlets are, like, still 150, I think. Same with the wand. So, like, it's really good money. The base loot is like, it's okay. I think it's good enough probably. I mean, you're really not here for the base loot. It's enough to like keep you sustained, but I think yeah, the loot is really good. I think the boss mechanics are really good as well. I think especially when you get into the later waves, like the flicking mechanics. I mean, they really made this super similar to Awaken Leviathan, in that you're constantly flicking the boss, you're constantly flicking the attacks, and I think that's really fun. I think the boulder attack is like really cool. The like min-maxing you can do, I think like the tech that is involved is really cool. Like the whole for the NASCAR phase, like rock management requires you to like do a little bit of thinking. And then on top of that, you also have like the punish mechanic, which is really cool. The automatic hits is really good. Means like there's a reason to like bring void and other things. So yeah, like really cool mechanics here. Even the shield phase I think is like pretty good. It's like a nice little, it's like a downtime, but it's also not super downtime because you still have to like kind of be on top of your game. Um, so yeah, I think the mechanics are really good. I think for the most part the pacing is good. It's not like really slow. There's some issues I think that they could make the pacing just a little better, and I'll talk about that in a second. But for the most part, I think the pacing is really good on the boss, and yeah, I think like it's really difficult too, which is good. I was you really just didn't know how difficult they were going to be able to make this boss, considering Yama came out and that was marketed as an endgame boss, and an endgame duo boss. It was really neither. And I think Yama's fun. My issue with Yama mostly is like phase 1 and phase 2 are just, they have basically no mechanics. There's nothing you can do. Phase 3 Yama, I think, is one of the best pieces of content in the game, to be honest. I think Phase 3 Yama is just incredible. There's just so much depth to Phase 3 Yama, and it's like so simple. I mean, it's what I love about like old school RuneScape content is when it's really simple. Just kind of looking at it from a high level view, like actually getting the completion, getting the kill is really easy, but it can become as complicated as you want it to be. And that's definitely how it is with Phase 3 Yama. Doom is a little different. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say any part of it's simple for Wave 8. Like, Wave 8 is just difficult. There's no way to kind of get around it, I don't think. It's just, I mean, the double boulders, especially like the orb attack stuff, it's hard. So I think, yeah, they did a really good job making a hard, difficult boss that doesn't feel like gimmicky hard. I think some of the issues with the Yama contracts was like when they first released, they felt like almost gimmicky difficult. They were difficult, not because like mechanically they were that hard. It was because you basically like couldn't make many mistakes. It's like, people said it, but they talked about compared it to Awaken Whisper, where it's not hard itself, but you just can't make any mistakes. You have to basically play perfect for like a while, and that's like becomes the hard part. So I think it's definitely not like that. The mechanics are actually pretty difficult here with the Doom. Like the orb phase with the trees is one of the hardest things in the game at Wave 8, to be honest, like doing that correctly. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so I'm glad they made it difficult. I think like some people were saying it's too difficult, and I understand. Like the orbs is tough. I'm not gonna lie. The orb phase on Wave 8 is tough. The only thing I think that maybe they could do, I would like to see them make some sort of indicator when it's time to pop the tree, like it's time to pop the other tree, because as it stands now, it's just really tough to know like when you're supposed to pop that tree. It's like 20 ticks, I think, and unless you get like a ton of practice doing it or really kind of know what you're doing, it's just like pretty unintuitive. So that could definitely help. And I didn't do this on release, like before they patched the orb and made it better, so I don't know like how that felt, but I mean, looking at it, it looked terrible. So I don't think it's too bad with the orb now. I think they like did a pretty good job with a patch. The rocks knocking you off is pretty annoying too, to be fair. When he does the boulder attack and you get hit by a rock and it like moves you like 15 tiles away, or you have to path around like different rocks to like you have to path around a bunch of different rocks to get to like follow the orb. That can be tough, so maybe a little bit of cleaning up there, but for the most part I think it's still really good. And they really did a good job of making it like difficult content and fun content too. Like it's pretty addicting. So yeah, I mean that's the stuff I like. I would say all in all, like if I was to give this boss a grade right now, I would give it like a B plus. I think it's really good. It's really fun. I would say like what's holding it back. There's just a couple small things that we could get to like an A. So I would say first of all, like the bug where you can't one hit the magic larva, you can't like one tick them. That's super annoying. So we gotta fix that, because that actually like sucks, and you basically are just getting trolled if you're like in Wave 8 and you just get a huge train of magic larva. There's like nothing you can do because you can't one tick them. So yeah, I would say that we need to change that. I would really love to see them change it so that he can't attack you, like he can't damage you with rocks after he dies if he does the boulder attack. So right now, the way it works, if he does the boulder attack and then he dies, he spits out the rocks on the ground, and those can still damage you even after he's dead. I've died to that. It's like the most frustrating thing in the world. So I would really love for them to fix that, because like that feels like a glitch right now, and it's not a fun one either. So yeah, fixing that would be really good, and then maybe adding some sort of indication to like the boss when you need to proc the trees. That would be really cool too. I think that would be, I mean, that's pretty much all it really needs, to be honest. I mean, for the most part. The other thing I will say, I think there's an issue with it, is I think the pacing early waves could use a little bit of work. So specifically Wave 3 and Wave 4, when you get the shield phase, and you don't have enough larva to like really do a ton of damage, you're not getting the double larva spawns yet, that I think could use some work, because that's annoying, and it just feels like it slogs. I think like it's fine going through the early waves and the early waves being kind of trash because it kind of just incentivizes you to stay the later waves, so you don't have to like reset through that and not get loot. Although you can get uniques on kind of earlier than people would have thought. Like this clip here, I actually get the cloth at wave 2, which is pretty nice. I'm pretty lucky. But yeah, I think like they could speed that up a little bit, make that a little faster, and that would definitely help with the pacing of the fight as a whole. So onto the loot tables and like the drop rates. I'm really curious what they're gonna do with the drop rates when they release them, if they'll change them. I feel like we're gonna get some complaining. I don't know if people have been complaining yet. I haven't really seen a lot of videos. Like I don't watch No Monkey anymore because all he does is just talk about how the D knives are good because you can't do basic algebra. So yeah, I don't know like if people are complaining yet, but I can definitely see people complaining. Like first of all, they're definitely gonna complain about getting uniques at like wave. I think boots are wave 5, wand is wave 4, and then the cloth is obviously wave 2. I definitely see people complaining about that. I don't think it's a huge issue. I could see like moving the cloth back to maybe wave 3, wave 4. But like wave 4, wave 5 to get uniques, you're still like incentivizing someone to camp for a while because first of all, I can only assume that like wave 8 has a better drop rate than wave 1, like wave 5, right? For the boots. I can only assume like the way I think it works at least, and like anecdotally watching people do it, I think the drop rate for the uniques, like it starts in wave 5, you can get the boots, so it's 0 until wave 5. Then maybe at wave 5 it's 1 in 2,000, and by wave 8 it's maybe 1 in 1,000, or these are just numbers I'm making up, right? But that's kind of what it feels like to me. And then if you keep doing wave 8 over and over, you get the same thing. Also here, that message that pops up, sorry, just to go back to the clip here, that message that pops up, that's awesome because I definitely would have delved without seeing that. It's just like habit. So yeah, but again, going back to my point, I think that yeah, it definitely stays the same at wave 8 over and over, which I think is okay. I think some people were hoping that if you keep going up, like if you do wave 8 like on wave 14, right, you do wave 8 10 times, then it's going to have like even better loot. It's going to keep going and going and going. But the issue with that is like eventually it's going to get to like almost a guaranteed rate, and then we run into the TOA problem. The issue with TOA is that like once you get really high unique percentages guaranteeing drops, like you can do it at a level 500 where you could say, oh, it's guaranteed at delve level 30. Eventually in 3 years someone's going to figure out how to go camp delve level 30. Like 100% of the time, noob type, Porkazard are going to be basically just camping delve level 30, and you're going to completely like kill the value of the uniques. That's exactly what happened to TOA. People act like TOA uniques were cheap because of people doing like level 100s and getting purples. That's, Jagex released the statistics. That's obviously not the case. It's the people who are camping like the high level invos that almost guaranteed purples. So yeah, I don't think you can keep scaling it. I think having a flat rate at level 8 is fine. I also think like I don't know if some people thought like on a risk system. I don't know how they do it in RS3, but my like at least the way I thought it worked was that the better your loot that you're sacrificing, the better chance of your like future loot. I just don't see how that really works in this game. Like there's just never going to be a situation where you're going to like sacrifice boots to get another pair of boots or something, right? And again, you run into the issue is once this content like becomes like super solved, then you're just getting such high like purple chances and unique chances. And like right now, the prices they're in a really good spot, even with the cloth dropping from like level 2. It's still 150 mil, right? I mean, it's still like it's more expensive than Oathplate was at this point on release. So yeah, I think like the prices. I mean, this is the GP per hour from Mocha. Like if you're doing like constant like level 8s, it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be super high. It's got to be like 30 mil plus an hour, I would have to imagine. But yeah, so I think I'm curious. I really hope they don't touch the rates too much. Honestly, I really don't want them to mess them up like they did with TOA. So hopefully they keep them the same. But if they do keep them the same, I think they're in a really good spot. Again, I think the uniques, I'd like to see them like remain high, and I think they probably will. I think the boots maybe will settle like. I would be shocked if the boots were ever cheaper than 300 mil. I mean, I guess in the future maybe, but I feel like they're gonna settle around that like 400, 300 mil. They're just so good, so it'll be interesting to see how it works there. But yeah, I mean that's kind of the basic my basic thoughts on the boss. Again, really enjoying it. I think they did a great job. And all in all for the year, I guess we're kind of done with the end game updates. It was a pretty good year. I mean, we got Yama. Yama again was good. Could have been great. Really, if they just gave Phase One and Phase Two like any mechanics at all, with Phase Three the way it is, man, Yama would have been like it would have been so good. But because Phase One and Phase Two is just so easy, I think that it's a little bit of a miss. Even though it's still good content, I think it's still fun. And even Awakened contracts, I thought, I complained about them a lot on release, and I think rightfully so. They were pretty broken, but after they made the changes, I think the contracts are also pretty good. And then Delve, which again I think they did a great job here. I think B plus, maybe A minus if they can, just do a little small tweaks, get those, one tick on the magic ones, maybe not have those rocks kill you. And then also on wave 8, kind of tone down the double boulder attack. It can be really RNG. You can get like 4 double boulders in a row, and you're basically doing no damage to the boss, and like that's super annoying. So maybe tone down a little bit of the RNG as well with the boss. But other than that, I think we're in a great spot. Really excited with everything we got this year, and hopefully we can get a next raid next year. Top 2.0 would be, man, it's been too long. It's what we need. That would be, God, that'd be great. But yeah, I mean, definitely we are like in the golden era right now. I mean, we were getting great content out, even like the other stuff other than the Doom. I'm excited to go try the fletching minigame. I think we're in a good spot. So yeah, really excited. Let me know what you think. Have you done the Doom? Have you done the fletching minigame? If maybe you're not gonna do the Doom, what do you think? How'd you like it? What do you think about the rewards, the content we've gotten this year? And yeah, as always, thanks for watching.